We're going to give a few minutes for everyone to come in. We'll give a brief intro and then the main presentation. And at the end, we'll do some questions and answers. So just about a few more minutes here, 3 minutes or so. Well, hello, and thank you for joining us today. This is our presentation on the life energy and SAF or self-awareness formulas. If you've joined us for other introductions, this is going to be a new one and hopefully a concurrent one. Now, you may be watching this recorded, and that's fine. Feel free to ask questions in the comments, or you can send us a direct message about anything in the presentation or anything about Life Energy Publications. This is our lecture series that we're doing. This is considered a introduction, so it's not a level 1 or 2 course. This is a prerequisite to beginning studies with life energy. We wanted you to have the basics so you know what you're looking at and what you're getting into, whether you're taking one of our book courses or a master class or a clinical course on SAF or life energy. We always wanted you to have all the information up front to make sure it's something that you will find valuable. All right, so we will begin. We are Life Energy Publications, and our business has been around for quite some time. Original founding was in 1979 and fully established in 1980. The actual research with SAF, the self-awareness formulas themselves, which is a mathematical formula, goes back to the early 70s through Joseph R. Sconia Jr., which we'll get into. And we are in the Life Energy and Self-Awareness Formulas course for the introduction of this material. It's just a brief intro into our company and what self-awareness formulas are. This course was originally called Learning to Put the Pieces Together with SAF. SAF is an all-encompassing universal energy program. So it's a program that addresses both spiritual and physical, as well as the mental and emotional hemispheres. It is a universal program. It speaks in the language of numbers, so it's easily attached to any program or any other type of work that you're doing. And this is our introduction to life energy and SAF. I do want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time to join us today and learn about the background of this groundbreaking research and work. This seminar serves as an introduction to the world of life energy and the SAF method of self-discovery and holistic wellness. After this seminar, you are invited to enroll in the Introduction to SAF, the SAFENT course, which is a exam course, but it is free. Or you can begin the Life Energy Level 1 Practitioner course. That would be considered the masterclass course or the full course. The details as well as the Q&A will be provided at the end of this presentation. You are also, if you're watching it after the fact, you're welcome to comment the questions or send them via email to our administration. About myself, Nick Sconia, the son of Kathy and Joseph R. Sconia Jr., and I have been studying SAF since 2005. This is a picture of me with my son, his first graduation of the HANDS program. And he's really what I'm doing all this for. I want to leave something for him so that he can hear my voice and my personality long after I've passed. He has a way to connect with his papa. So a lot of this is done for me to leave something for him. I also do this because I love to do this. I love to have this conversation with people. I love to get involved in holistic wellness enterprises and wellness pursuits. I've been a massage therapist professionally for several years, Reiki master, and I've delved into many different forms of elective therapies, Chinate Sang, acupressure, reflexology, kind of a whole gamut of things, both East and West styles in muscle therapy and sports massage, that sort of thing. I found SAF in 2005 through my mom. Wasn't really hard to find. She was just becoming established as the new authority for SAF and life energy after having republished two of the big books, the Prometheon and the Secret of SAF, which were really large compendium books, over 1,000 pages originally, and she brought them down to a couple hundred. And then she also put together the SAF Simplified book, which will become a course onto its own, kind of a level 1 course. It is currently part of our masterclass course. So when you do that, you get 5 books, and it's one of the books. And she did that in 2003 and 2004. So thereafter, I got my level 1 credentials for SAF and began a process of slowly integrating into the business to, at one point in time, at this point, take it over. So a little bit about myself in that regard. I'm in Central Kentucky, and I am operating the business currently, Life Energy Publications. The goal is to promote, protect, and advance life energy research and life energy publications, the writing and research of my mother and father, Kathy and Joseph R. Sconia Jr. In doing so, I look to protect the work as it was written. I look to preserve it, trying to establish things like this on video format and to put up old seminars and trainings and everything that I can as openly as possible in the best way that I can find, which is usually YouTube. I will be doing files into the cloud and that sort of thing in the future. There are a lot of papers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of papers. So there's a lot for me to be scanning, and that's probably coming up in the next year or so. But my goal is to preserve, protect, and advance and move forward the work of SAF, the self-awareness formulas, which we'll be getting into today. Right now, we have 3 specific platforms and operations. The Institute for Modern Holistic Alchemy is my founding, and that is a arm of Life Energy Publications. That is my means of getting the information out in training format. Now, we will be adding more classes and more seminars into that platform for free and paid. Life Energy Publications, which is at once Life Energy Research, and it houses our books, the archives, and all the information that you would need to get involved with Life Energy Research. And then, of course, SAF Online, which is what originally was a computer system and is now where we have our database for the reports. So when you run a chain of numbers, you do an SAF questionnaire, that chain of numbers is interpreted. That's what you learn in the course, is how to interpret it. The SAF Online is a way for you to pull up the different references to other modalities like acupressure, like herbalism. This is the place where you can, hold your client accounts and paperwork and all of that. So it's very practical for the practitioner. If you're just getting started or kind of just into it, it will give you a good eye into what SAF is possible, what it can do. SAF Online is the place where basically you can get the answers from the chain without having to do a lot of digging in the books. So we put all of that kind of information there. We currently have about 30 interpretations. Many of them are SAF centric, and then more than half they're basically modalities that you may use, like herbs or vitamins, culinary juicing, and that sort of thing. Mineral balancing would be in there, as well as acupressure and Chinese medicine, that sort of thing. Those are our three platforms: lifeenergypublications.com, saftests.com, and modernholisticalchemy.com. SAF stands for Self-Awareness Formulas. It is a tool for increasing your self-awareness about your life, your business, your body, your emotions, your past. These formulas are part of the collective research and writing of Joseph Arsconia Jr., who cross-connected bioenergetics, psychology, Western and Eastern medicine practices, sound and vibration, quantum physics, homeopathy, and mathematics. What can SAF do for you? That's a simple question. You get it a lot. SAF can tell you what conditions are manifesting in the present time. SAF can find what emotional situations occurred in the past and have led to this present day condition. SAF can tell what conditions are likely to appear in the future through repeating patterns. And SAF sorts the known and the unknown and removes the mystery. One of the quotes is that energy is sequential, and SAF works to sequence the energy sequence or make it in a way that it's readable. With SAF, in the future, you may find yourself in a similar situation, but you'll be more aware. You'll be able to say, wait a minute, this isn't working for me anymore. You'll have spotted a behavior pattern before it takes control. And that is the breadth of what we look for. We want the initial aha, I understand why I'm doing this. And then the next time it crops up, instead of being overcome with a reaction, you can act. You can be free to choose how to act rather than have a repeated reaction to that same scenario or that same energy pattern. So how does it work? Through a simple questionnaire or infrared reading, the SAF process will identify the connecting patterns of trauma, locates where your bioenergy is stuck, and finds which organ systems are affected. SAF provides a method to discharge the intensity of the trapped bioenergy and sheds light into areas enshrouded by the energetic patterns to gain clarity. The thought would be, is this some kind of psychology or IQ test? And no, there are no right or wrong answers in this subjective questionnaire. The questionnaire is designed so you can learn more about yourself and your stress. You'll be delving into a specific issue you have, a major complaint, and charging that. And then you answer the questions just as you would any other questionnaire. And that's where the math comes in. SAF is its own science, and every science has its own language. There's definitely a learning curve to the language, but once mastered, it's seamless. So, what is that language of SAF? Well, SAF is a body, mind, emotion, spirit language, and is accomplished by assigning numbers 1 through 24 to specific organ systems, feelings, emotions, and conditions. Our organs and glands hold recordings in our DNA of what has happened to us in the recent and distant past. When we identify which organ and glands are stressed the most, this tells us what emotions need to be looked at. Emotions are made of energy. These are mental experiences with biochemical, physical actions, and they tell us how to be and how to feel. By showing you how your physical and emotional symptoms are connected, it will help you increase your awareness about yourself. And for an example, we see 2147. This would be an example of a very short chain, a compressed chain. But just to give an example, the heart, which would equal 2, but also love. The thymus, which equals 1, but also aggression. The stomach, which equals 4, also happiness. And the lungs, which equals 7, but also monotony. So how does SAF find which organs are stressed? This is all done through the SAF questionnaires and infrared readings, and by the SAF numbering system. SAF uses specific significant words, creating an expression through a chain of these numbers. Every chain has a story to tell. So you see a list there, 8, 3, 5, 4, 11, 19, 21. The chain shows a holographic image or slice of life of your personal complaint, trauma, or whatever it is you want to work on. In this example, we would look at this chain and we would create a sentence out of these control words. We'd say they have an issue with feeling unhappy, which is leading towards a condition of apathy, and it is held in place by a condition of grief in the past, as an example. So if something is in the past, can't we just forget about it? Do we have to remember it? Do we have to look back at it? Your body and mind record everything. The pleasant events are light and airy, while the unpleasant ones are compressed and contain heavy emotions, hate, anger, and fear. Let's say you went out to buy an ice cream cone, and on the way you were in an accident with a car. The pleasant and the unpleasant stimuli are recorded together and become jumbled up, mixed up like a little vortex. So you have this happy thought of an ice cream cone, maybe even the thought of the taste of ice cream and sweetness, and then this accident occurs. By employing this self-awareness method, you will discover how past events continue to influence you, particularly through the persistence of negative emotions such as pain and fear. You will come to understand how these early events established an unconscious code to act that you still adhere to, even though consciously you may no longer desire to act in such a manner in the present. Time does not heal all wounds. In fact, it just covers them up. Like a tree, as my example, will lose a limb, and there'll be a knob that's created around that, and then bark will grow over that, and so on and so forth. There's always going to be a knob. If you had taken a slice of the tree there, you'd always see that knot within the rings where the branch once was. And I love the quote by Nikola Tesla: "If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the world." Isn't that the truth? And I think anybody that has felt true emotional power would know that. So what are these codes? These codes to act. We've developed certain survival mechanisms and behavioral patterns that help us cope with life from the time we were infants. As we matured, those early life codings, the emotions and actions we created that helped us in the past, become obsolete. These codes are often no longer workable and are typically unknown to us. Instead of bettering our lives, these old codes can put us in situations that hinder us and keep us from clarity of action. What are some examples of codes? You may be coded to feel anxious about travel, to self sabotage, to stifle your talents. You could be coded with an inability to say no, or trying to please others, or striving to be perfect. And you could also be coded to have sacrificial behaviors. While these codes might work for a child living in an adult world, these can be detrimental for an adult navigating life on their own. So, who, knowing that, would want to use SAF? SAF is for anyone who wants to dissolve old behavior patterns or understand and resolve a situation. As you can imagine, there are many benefits of learning the SAF method, of which we have hundreds of case studies collected from the beginning of clinical research in 1980. Some of the apparent benefits include self-discovery. SAF provides a powerful framework for self-exploration, helping you gain clarity and understanding of your own unique journey. Empowerment. Through SAF, you gain the tools and knowledge to take charge of your own well-being. By understanding and addressing mental, emotional, and physical issues, you can harness your inner power to create positive changes in your life and in your community. And holistic wellness. SAF promotes a holistic approach to wellness, recognizing the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. By integrating SAF principles into your life, you can experience a greater sense of balance, harmony, and overall well-being. And what kind of options are available to you? Well, there are now several ways that we have made for you to take steps forward to gain a greater level of self-awareness using the SAF method. Personal use, you may want to work on your own and build your awareness by the self-taught method. Through the questionnaires and learning the numbers of SAF, you can make gains towards your goals, and you are encouraged to contact an administrator to go over this option in detail so that you can still be guided. We'll still help you out in that pursuit. Personal use level 1, which would be a course. You may want to enroll in the first course to bridge the gap of your own research in the books with that of SAF and Life Energy publications. You will develop a working knowledge of how to apply SAF and how to accurately resolve an SAF chain of numbers. We offer that course as a side course to our masterclass. The clinical use course is our masterclass, and that's by taking the Life Energy Practitioner course, the full course. You will develop and acquire the skills necessary to assist your clients in their pursuit of self-awareness and holistic wellness. Using both the infrared training and questionnaires, as well as the remedies and reports, your practice will have the tools necessary to bring your clients closer to their goals of true holistic wellness. In the SAF way, we really do want to say out loud that we are approaching the body as a whole on all the different levels. And it is through this benefit of the subconscious and the subjective that we're able to attain such a clear view into a person. But we also utilize infrared, which will evaluate those things that are just at the surface, that are just coming up. And another great way to create a chain. So, how do I get started? Congratulations. We made it to the end of this course. And this was a presentation, but also an introduction to SAF and Life Energy. Taking the first steps towards unraveling the mysteries within yourself. By joining us for this presentation, you've not only laid the groundwork for your personal transformation, but also fulfilled the prerequisite for more courses. We offer the IMHA Recruiter course to help bring in new students, and the Life Energy Practitioner course, our master class course. You can connect with the practitioner, delve into your studies with SAF Simplified, or make the decisive move to enroll in the Life Energy Practitioner course, which we hope you do. As you learn to decipher your SAF chains, the intricate pieces of your life's puzzle will fall into place, bringing clarity to your emotions, your energy levels, and your past experiences. This is more than a course. This is a journey into selfhood. The revelations about you are waiting to unfold. I do wish to thank you for joining today for this presentation. The universe within you is vast, offering endless opportunities for growth. Whether you choose to delve deeper into SAF with our advanced courses or continue personal exploration, know the path to holistic equilibrium is an ongoing adventure. You can now enroll for our classes, courses, and events, future events just like this, through lifeenergypublications.com and look for the Events tab. Should that page no longer exist, you can find many of our research and our videos on YouTube at SAF Training. We also hope you will join our Facebook community of like-minded seekers. Look us up on Facebook at Life Energy Publications, and the group is Life Energy Community. And if you took this presentation or this course, we would assume that you're also of like mind in the pursuit of more life energy and more joining of the worlds in a holistic way, the spirit, the mind, emotions, and the body. I welcome your feedback and will now take your questions if you're here. If you're watching this as a recording, please leave your comments in the comment section, or you're welcome to email at sconiamedia@gmail.com. Okay.